Yo, Saga Manga, and today we're going to be talking about my favorite manga covers of all time. I meant to do this quite a while ago and never got around to doing it. So we're going to go through the collection, probably just series by series, and then show you my favorite covers. And we'll start with Bleach at the top. Let me grab my favorite manga covers. Alright, let's get into the Bleach manga covers. A lot of people don't like Bleach covers because they think it's like too simplistic or something. I hear that a lot. But personally, I like simplicity. Like you can tell by like even the clothing that I make. It's just like I like a single logo. I think simplicity is better in most cases. But here's my first Bleach cover that I really like. It's volume 49. It's just Ichigo in like a cool coat. You know, Kubo always draws like clothing so good. He's great at clothing. And really it's like the use of the dark blacks instead of like just normal shading, like the heavy black shading. I think it looks really cool. And like his hair being like a bit brighter than normal, I don't know, it just stands out to me. That's one of my favorite Bleach covers. My second favorite Bleach cover is volume 24 by with Grimjow on the front. I think it's really just the composition with Grimjow's hand sticking out, and again that heavy black shadow, and you can see like how crazy Grimjow looks with the smile. I think this one just I think it's mainly the pose, and coincidentally Zombie Powder volume 1 also has the same, actually let me grab it real quick, it has the same kind of pose. And this is my favorite Zombie Powder photo. It's pretty much the same pose as the Grimjow one, so I think that's kind of cool. But my absolute favorite Bleach cover of all time is volume 64. Here's Gremmy. If you're not into the 1,000-Year Blood War, I'm gonna spoil this guy's ability. So he's the visionary, I think he's called. He basically can imagine anything, and just the pure use of like negative space. I don't know, man. This cover's so cool. Like, what can I say? That's my favorite Bleach cover. I think this might be the best Bleach cover, and I think fans might agree with me on that one. I wouldn't even say this is one of my favorites, but this is just my favorite Dimension W cover. We got Nove. She's a fan favorite character for some reason. Yeah, Dimension W, not honestly the best covers. But then we'll go on to Golden Kamuy. Volume 3 with the Hijikata. Just the pose with the repeating rifle and the samurai sword. Just a really great cover. There's quite a bit of Golden Kamuy covers I could have chose, but we stuck to 2. This is my favorite cover of all of Golden Kamuy's. It's 22. You have a Sirpa with Retar the wolf behind her, and she's got her like Makiri. What is it, like a dagger, I guess you want to call it, sheath there, and she has like another dagger, and it actually wraps around to the back, and you got like Sugimoto on the back. Really like that cover. And then we'll go on to Hell's Paradise real quick. Honestly, all of Hell's Paradise, they're all very good covers. Kind of has like a watercolor painting vibe to them. But volume 3, really like this. Tenza, I believe his name is. That was like my favorite character in the series. And I just like seeing them two together. But the absolute best cover for Hell's Paradise, volume 9, just the color choices on this, and then you can see Tenza on the sword. I just think, damn, yo, Yuji Kaku, he was cooking on this cover. That's the best cover for Hell's Paradise for sure. And now I'm going to go Full Metal Alchemist, and I'm going to go Berserk and like Vagabond, because those are all like omnibuses. So I'm going to go digitally look at all the covers, and then I'm going to choose my favorites, and I'll just put them up digitally here. So I'll be back. Okay, so after looking at all of Full Metal Alchemist, honestly, I'm not going to put any of those covers in my favorites. I like a lot of them, but I'm not. There's too many people on the screen, I think, for me, for those covers. On the screen? There's too many characters on the covers, and I don't know. We're just not going to put any Full Metal Alchemists in my favorite. So we'll go to Berserk. Of course, Berserk Volume 1, iconic. Guts. He's got the bow. Just iconic. That's what I think of when I think of Berserk, is that Volume 1 cover. You have to like that cover. My second is Volume 12. It's Femto hatching from the Behelit, and just what a good imagery on that cover. That cover is so cool, and the contrast between Femto and the red Behelit, good color choices. And then we got Volume 21, and that's just Griffith standing in front of the hawk. It's the white hawk standing in front of the hawk. You know what I mean? It's just the symbolism of that cover, and it's just bright white with a kind of like a blue and green background. Nice color choices again. And then we have Volume 28, which is another iconic image in Berserk. It's Guts in the armor. Same picture, like same pose as the Papa Parade figure. It's just like iconic, and you got the moon in the background. Like, great cover. And then the last one I chose was Volume 39, and it's just Guts in the forest. I think this is in Elfheim. It just really captures the fantasy element of Berserk, and the color palette again. You know, Miura was great with the color palettes. Great cover. My favorite Vagabond covers. A lot of the Vagabond covers are very similar, so I just chose two, and I chose Volume 5 of this single because it shows Takezo in like, it's like a red coloring, and it just shows how like crazy he was. Everyone used to call him like a demon child, and that's really portrayed through the cover. And then I also chose Volume 24, and that is Miyamoto Musashi and then Sasaki Kojiro, and they're both holding the sticks because when they met, they had sticks, and they were practicing with these thin, just sticks, not swords. And that was a really like beautiful moment in the series. So I chose that, Volume 24. We went through the rest of the collection. It's taken way too long to do this video, but I think I've got every cover that I want to say is my favorite. So we'll start with the 20th Century Boys. I actually just got to this volume. It's the perfect edition cover. I'm not sure about the singles. Didn't even look at the singles. But this face with the eyeball, everybody knows this in the manga community. Even if you don't read this series or whatever, you know this symbol. And then on the perfect editions, it has like a lettering you can only really see in a certain angle, and it says like Yuhu Kenji-kun, come on, let's play. Like, that's just honestly probably the best cover of all of the perfect editions for 20th Century Boys. And we forgot about Dragon Ball, but I went through most of the Dragon Balls. Again, kind of like too much going on for my taste, but Volume 1 of the original Dragon Ball, like that covers So good. And actually, the first volume of Super is kind of like a homage to this. But that's got to be my favorite cover of Dragon Ball. And then I chose one from Kakaishi. There's so many good Kakaishi covers, but I don't know what it is about this one, volume 29. I think it's just that you can like see in Yoshimori's eyes like his resolve to do what it takes to save like Tokin. And Tokin's in the back, you can see she's worried about him. And kind of just the white background. And I don't know, everything about the cover just like it gets you the feeling at this point in the story. It perfectly portrays what this volume has inside of it. I love that cover. And D. Gray Man, we also only chose one. It's volume 6. It's really that the fact it's all black and white on this cover, and then just the blue and the red contrast just makes for a visually pleasing thing to look at. And now to Blue Exorcist. There's a couple covers I like, but this is my favorite one. It's actually a recent one, volume 28. I don't know, maybe it's just the black and white and the demon. Like I don't know, man. I'm a simplistic kind of guy, so the simplicity of this cover, I like it. We have 3 from Black Clover. There's a lot of Black Clover ones that are good, but again, there's a lot of characters on most of them. So, classic volume 1. This is what made me want to read it. Read volume 1. Read chapter 1. I actually bought like 20 volumes. So, perfect cover. You see Asta, and then you see Yuno in the back. Just great cover. Another simplistic kind of cover, but that's what I like, man. Volume 6, Yami with his sword out and that almost sinister smile on his face, like. And then volume 21, just the dark cover and the white character. Actually forgot this guy's name. But that might be my favorite cover of Black Clover. How do I forget this guy's name? I don't even want to say, just in case I'm completely wrong. And then we'll go to Witch Hat Atelier, volume 9. Just the color and the I read too much, man. What is this called? The Night, the Witch, whatever. I don't even remember. The Witch, the Morales, whatever. Yeah, you know what I mean if you read the series. But yeah, how they wear the red coat and just the background, like the orange sky. Just really like that cover. But the most recent volume, volume 12, has to be my favorite. It's just the background color being that teal greenish color and Kifri standing out. I absolutely love this cover. And that would be everything. I've probably missed 1 or 2 covers, but that's like me going through my series and choosing covers that I liked. And you might notice that I didn't even mention certain series like Naruto, which I haven't read. But that's all my favorite covers from my collection. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about the mic quality. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.